Hello everyone, in this video we will look at different types of machine learning. Broadly, there are three types of learning: supervised learning, unsupervised learning and reinforcement learning. Supervised learning has furthermore types: regression and classification. Let us understand what is supervised learning. In supervised learning, the training data has ground truth, which is also known as labels or target variables or target columns. This is the data which is actually predicted. For example, in the housing prices prediction problem, price of the house is the target column. The system learns from the price of the training data and predicts the price of unseen data. To give an analogy, how do you teach a kid to recognize a dog and a cat? You give images of dog and tell the kid this is a dog. You give the image of the cat and tell the kid this is a cat. We are actually labeling the images as dog and cat so that the kid can learn from the labels. Supervised learning works in a similar manner. In unsupervised learning, there are no labels or ground truth. For example, here is a sales data of a supermarket. There is no such label or target column. Please note that the price in this data is just a calculated column and is not a predictable column. In unsupervised learning, the system learns the patterns from the data. For example, it can create clusters of data with one cluster clubbing together electronics items and weekend sales, and another cluster having beer sales and Friday sales. In reinforcement learning, the system consists of state action reward combination. The system moves from one state to another when an action is taken and receives a positive or a negative reward. For example, in a game, the system moves from ground position to a pit if it moves to its right and hence accumulates a negative reward, or it moves to a higher position if it moves to its left and thereby accumulates a positive reward. To give an analogy, how do you teach a dog a new trick? Generally, you will give something to eat that is a reward if the dog does the trick, and if you don't give it if the dog fails to do the trick. Well, I am not telling you to keep the dog hungry, but I think you got the point. There are two types of supervised learning, namely regression and classification. When the target column has continuous values or numeric values, then it is known as a regression problem. For example, housing prices prediction has price as target column, which can take numeric values which are continuous in nature. Similarly, temperature prediction is a regression problem. When the target column has categorical values, that is values which are in finite range, then it is known as a classification problem. For example, here we see a loan approval prediction problem wherein the approval column, which is a target column, has values y or n. Similarly, classifying dogs and cats is a classification problem. Now let us look at the various fields of machine learning. Here, the first categorization is by nature of data. If we have image data, then the corresponding field is known as computer vision. If we have text data, then the corresponding field is known as natural language processing. If we have time series data, that is the data which is collected at specific date and time, then the corresponding prediction problem is known as time series forecasting. Note that there could be tabular data like in the housing prices prediction problem, or there could be speech or voice data. The other categorization which we have is based on the nature of application, namely recommendation systems, optimization, anomaly detection, and so on. Combining all these together, they all come under an umbrella known as artificial intelligence. That's all for this video. I hope you liked it. Thank you for watching.